Now allow me to continue our discussion on thematic progression, but this time I will start it with the passive structure of declarative clauses. It was already given earlier, this example. China was visited by the American president, and obviously this follows a passive structure. In the active voice, the subject of the clause and therefore the experiential theme is usually the agent or doer of the action. The passive allows other elements other than the agent to be introduced as theme. It is necessary because the use of passive ensures the continuity of ongoing discourse. Now let's take a look at these two examples so that you could understand it more. The first sentence, the Normans introduced rabbits to Britain, is in its active structure, while the second one, rabbits were introduced to Britain by the Normans, is in its passive structure. Earlier, it was said that the use of passive structure allows the continuity of discourse. Using these two sentences as a background information for the following paragraph, we will now analyze how the use of passive aids in the continuity of discourse. Rabbits originate from the Western Mediterranean. They were introduced to Britain by the Normans in the 12th century to provide meat and fur. Rabbits are now widespread throughout Britain and Ireland. The first sentence follows an active structure, while the second one uses a passive structure. If we are going to analyze this, you know it for a fact that the theme in the first clause is rabbits, while the remaining parts of it is the rime. If the second clause will be written in its active form, which is this one, the Normans introduced rabbits to Britain, the theme here, which is the Normans, unfortunately has nothing to do with the rabbits or the rime, which is originate from the Western Mediterranean. If that now is the case, therefore there is a violation in the theme rime progression, which means now that the use of the active structure of this second clause here cannot ensure the continuity of the ongoing discourse. Now let's take a look at the interrogative themes. You are very much familiar with the two types of interrogative questions, which are the yes, no, or open questions, and the WH interrogatives, or the closed questions. In both cases, the theme includes the word that indicates what the speaker wants to know, as in, are you, did you, do you, can you, and have you. It can be seen here in the different examples of yes-no questions that the auxiliary verb and the subject are italicized because for yes-no questions, this part of the questions are considered as theme. So for the first question, are you American? Are you is the theme. The same with the second question, third, fourth, and fifth. I repeat, the structure of themes in yes-no questions include the auxiliary verb and the subject. For closed questions or the WH interrogatives, the WH word does refer to an experiential element of the clause, to what the speaker wants to know. And so the WH question word alone, or the nominal group in which the WH questions occur, if it is part of a nominal group, constitutes the theme. That's why in the following example, the WH questions are italicized. And if there are nominal groups in it, they were also italicized because they are part of the theme. Example here, how many eggs do you need? There is a nominal group here, and so they are considered as part of the theme. So it's not only the WH question which is italicized in this example. When it comes to the imperative themes, imperative clauses are used when you want someone to do something. So it is natural that the starting point, which is the theme, should be the action in question. So here, imperative themes are the starting point or the action in question in all sentences. Example, open the door. The action in question is open, so it is the theme. Give me the money, it's give. Stay back, it's stay. And mind the gap, it's mind. In negative imperatives, the starting point is the negative auxiliary verb don't. As with the yes-no interrogatives, because the auxiliary verb does not carry any experiential meaning, the main verb is also included as part of the theme. So here, don't leave, don't stop, don't take, don't rush. The composition are the following: the negative auxiliary don't and the main verb. So both are considered to be part of theme. A second form of imperative or inclusive imperatives is when you want someone to join you in some action. And such imperatives have the verb preceded by let's or let us. As the experiential element of the clause, the let us or the let's part is considered to be the theme. Together, sorry about that. So here are now the examples. Let's dance, let's have another coffee, let's play tennis tomorrow, let's take a break. Don't let's get into a fight, don't let's argue, or do not let us argue. So here, let's are considered or is considered rather as the theme in every statement. In the presence that there are auxiliary verb, it is also included in the theme. It is also possible to have imperative clauses which take a marked theme with some form of adjunct or multiple themes, as in the following examples. You may take a pause with this video so that you could take note of these examples. Now let's proceed with exclamatives. A final type of clause pattern to analyze for theme is that of exclamatives. Exclamatives are similar in structure to WH interrogatives and can be analyzed in the same way with the WH group as theme. So here, it's almost the same. You have the WH interrogative together with the group or the nominal group. So how lovely, what a big boy. These two are now considered as themes. And then we also have the so-called elliptical themes. Especially known in spoken language, themes and reams may be elliptical. So this occurs because an element of the discourse may be carried over from a previous element or may be considered to be common knowledge to the speaker and hearer. Now, let us take a look at these examples. Would you like tea or coffee? So the answer expected from that question is tea, please. So this part now, the bracketed part, is considered as an elliptical theme because it already appeared in the first clause. The same with this one. Are you British or American? I'm American. The I'm here is already bracketed because it is already given that the you is referring to the I of the respondent in the discourse. That was a fantastic shot. This could be omitted because the fantastic shot is already referring to what is already existing. Here are two examples from written text. He writes music and he plays it on his guitar. Here, the he in the second clause is already considered as an elliptical theme, and the same with they in the second example. And we also have this one, existential there as theme. What if you will be dealing with sentences like, there's a cockroach in the kitchen, there are some leftovers to be eaten up, there was an earthquake in Turkey. So the presence of there here in these examples is considered as a theme. There is disagreement, however, over what should be accepted as a theme in these examples. Halliday and Matheson in 2004 argue for there as a theme, while Thompson prefers the there plus the be verb. The important thing from a discourse perspective is that what is referred to as existing is placed in rem, where new information is typically presented. Existential there is often used to introduce new participants into the discourse, after which they may be picked up as themes in new clauses or in the preceding clauses as given information. So having said that, take a look at these examples. You could see that while there are there plus the be verb, were all considered, plus the adjunct, were all considered as part of the theme. The same with this one, although there are, and then here there are and there are, with the composition of there plus the be verb, are all considered as theme. With regards to the multiple themes, you were already informed about the structure of multiple themes. So that's it for today. Thank you.